I play the part of an American teacher who goes to teach in the AUB, which is the American University of Beirut, and gets kidnapped.
I play Michael's wife, so the play starts a year after he's been taken hostage, and we meet Lainey back at home in Washington, and the play really deals with the next 2 years, her continuing to try to get her husband's release, coming up against the obstacles like in government, like the questions whether to talk to the media or not, which still hostage organisations tell you not to, and how you cope with not seeing someone that you love for that long, not knowing anything about them.
There's quite a lot of source material to draw on, and I've been able to meet with hostages as well, and talk to them about their experiences, which really kind of helps to fill in the life off stage, the things that don't happen in the play. Right. There's Brian Keenan, who was a hostage, who spent 3.5 years in captivity with John McCarthy. He's written about his experiences, and from reading that, you get quite a lot of detail into what life could possibly have been like for my character.
John McCarthy's girlfriend, Jill Morell, did a huge amount of campaigning to get his release, and she wrote a book, Some of the Rainbow, with John McCarthy after his release. So her account of how she dealt with it, how she was, because I think she's not dissimilar to Lainey, has really helped. There's a lot of stuff to look at, isn't there?
Do you feel audiences today will relate still to the circumstances that are happening in the play?
Often political plays work better with hindsight. I think sometimes if theatre at the time can be it's a bit close, and I think it's kind of interesting. I think it will be interesting for audiences to see it now.
If there's someone who doubts seeing the play because it's so heavy or it's about hostage, do you find that they should still come see it anyway, that it's not heavy?
I think what's important to remember is that actually life has to go on. So it's not about sort of sinking into depression, because it doesn't do that. The play never does that, and neither do the characters in the play. Right. They keep having to find moments of light in all of that darkness, and I think that's the thing that, as an audience member coming, I would hope that they would leave with the sense that even within all of that kind of bleakness, that the only way to survive it is to try and find ways to kind of keep the soul alive a bit,
Yeah, we watch characters succeed through this play.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is obviously far more theatrically stimulating than watching people fail. So I think that's really, even though it is a heavy story, like it's people coping with it. It's people coming through adversity.
I've created, after certain shows, a Q&A session where former hostages are going to be talking, so that people from the audience on the night where there are Q&As can ask these people who have been through that experience, the questions that they want. There's also going to be 2 human rights scholars as well, who have, aside from teaching in 2 universities here, they have their own sort of charities, and they contribute to society in their way. We have Dr. Andrew Fagan, who's from the University of Essex, and we have Dr. Michelle Lamb from Roehampton University. So the 2 former hostages are Nigel Brennan. He was taken hostage in Somalia. He's an Australian photojournalist. He's going to be talking via Skype. He's in Australia. And we have Mark Henderson, who was taken hostage in Colombia. He's a British national, and he did a documentary as well about his whole experience and how he got closure after, because that's another, play in itself. How do you get closure if you manage to survive, if you're freed or you're released? So they're there to talk and to answer any questions that the audience want.